Sucker Punch Studios is finished. Let's be realistic here. They took, according to Endymion, an Assassin's Creed Brotherhood on steroids and turned it into woke slop. Woke slop that even journalists at Gamescom only gave like, oh yeah, you guys did good. It was okay. Light applause. They were not even interested in this slop. But we all know they're going to show the hell out of it when it comes out. Or maybe not. Because of the Charlie Kirk thing. We'll have to see how the reaction is, because we're in a whole new world now. Then they create this controversy by celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. And as I pointed out in a video the other day, neither Sony, PlayStation, nor Sucker Punch has put out an apology or a statement acknowledging what happened. They just quietly fired the developer. This problem is endemic at the studio, as you can see from how bad it is at Bethesda. The only difference is Sucker Punch has slightly more intelligent developers who know how to keep their mouth shut. But apparently not enough, because they decided to hide Yellow Flash's comment, "Rip Charlie Kirk." Which led me to the video. And I'm not gonna lie, the comments are a goldmine. "You have no honor, Lord Shishimura." I'm just here to look at the comments. It's more interesting than the game trailer itself. And we can see here it has been ratioed. Pretty weird they didn't post this on their X account. "A samurai without honor doesn't deserve my money. Sucker Punch's new marketing strategy: alienate 50% of their audience." Oh, no, my friend. My friend, no. The left always thought they had the majority because a lot of the center loved to fence sit while leaning left. After they celebrated the Charlie Kirk assassination, those fence sitters who seek only emotional validation left their ass in a hurry. No, they're like 30-ish% of the population at best. Somewhere in the low 30s. Before the game even launches. And keep in mind, a lot of leftists straight up hate Agitprop 2. Now, in the past, I refused to play right-wing Agitprop, and there was one right-wing Agitprop game a long time ago. I tried to say the word Agitprop instead of a political because, look, a good political exploration is fun. Agitprop is messaging at you. Huge difference. And I didn't play that right-wing Agitprop game. Unironically, I probably would play it today, but, that's a different story. Bold move. Let's see how it plays out for them. "A samurai with no honor is not a samurai." For a 90-second video, I read the comment section, dropped the comment, and left. From the studio that cheered the death of a father in front of his children. Sucker Punch Studios made a game about preserving a culture from invasive ideologies while letting their own be consumed by one. The lack of self-awareness is breathtaking. It's called convergence, my friend. Marxists slip into a company, they bring more of themselves into the company, and then they drive out everyone else that does not agree with their ideology. The comments did not disappoint, gentlemen. The ESRB needs to include insane developers. Imagine how many people like that there are in the studio and in the industry as a whole. Rest in peace, Charlie. Honest to himself until the end. The game had a controversy, and now it just added fuel to the fire. From the people who cheered on someone getting murdered for his opinion. Pause at 1 second, read the comments, close video. "Rip Charlie Kirk in Arena." Sorry, I can't pronounce that one. For context of the comments, one of their senior developers celebrated an assassination, by the way. And for extra context, that is a statement and sentiment believed by a huge chunk of the studio. Most of them we either cannot track or are just smart enough to keep their mouths shut on social media. Dishonor is like a scar on a tree. With time, instead of effacing, only helps to enlarge. Yamato Tsunomotomo. Don't celebrate people who celebrate public executions over a matter of differing opinion. Rip Charlie Kirk. Rip in peace, Charlie Kirk. No one should be silenced for trying to talk. Don't give money to people who hate you. You have no honor. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. Now, you can see, this just goes on and on and on and on and on and on. And you're not going to believe this. And on. So we hop over to a more recent video that has not been ratioed yet. And what do we find here? A bunch of shills. I already know the comment section is going to be a minefield. The cleaning of the blood from the sword animations never gets old. Boilerplate. That's a marketing guy. Regardless of what one employee said, I'm getting this game. Kirk was no saint. He didn't deserve what happened, but he doesn't deserve the idolization he's getting either. Look, you need to understand something. A lot of us fundamentally did not agree with Charlie Kirk on a lot of things. I just saw him saying that race was a social construct today. And if you study anything about medicine and biology, you know that is a crock of shit. I would have strongly disagreed with Charlie Kirk if me or him ever discussed that. You know, I didn't idolize Charlie Kirk. But as I pointed out before, he did not deserve to die just because he said things you guys hated. He's not being idolized so much as you made him a martyr that was finally the boiling point that caused people to lose their shit and to stop tolerating a toxic culture. You guys finally signaled how vile and evil you are to the general people. Those of us who can fucking read already knew the kind of people you were. You can go back and read Bastate's work, The Law, and all of his other writings on classic socialists. You can go read Road to Serfdom to learn what kind of people these are. You can go read A Warning to the West. 3 books right there, and you would have known everything you need to know about Marxists and their predecessors. I would also recommend SJW's Always Lie because that's a more modern work and it really helps explain how they take over institutions, projects, groups, etc. So 4 books right there. Anyone who could read that would have known exactly the kind of people that Marxists were. I have a saying, commies will commie. Basically, the scorpion will sting the frog. I know what kind of people commies are. If you read these books, it's very infuriating. I still need to finish reading A Warning to the West because I'll get so far and I'll just get absolutely infuriated by what I'm reading. Because it so mirrors exactly what's happening nowadays. And you know the exact kind of people that he was warning about became empowered in the West, are running cultural institutions in the West. But now you showed to the average person, you showed them that there is no coexistence with your kind. You showed them, and they heard you, and they believe you for who you are. When your lot celebrated Charlie Kirk's death, you showed them where they stand with you. He's not so much being idolized as he is now a martyr. He is the signal, he is the proof that there was never coexistence with people who hate us. It is sad it took Charlie Kirk dying for the average person to get the message that maybe communists aren't good people. But now that they've gotten it, things are going to change. We'll see. We'll see if it sticks around. Because you know how the temperament of the general people tends to shift. But it don't look like it's going anywhere anytime soon. I wasn't looking, I swear. Alright, hold on. Dude, what the fuck's there to look at? She has no boobs and she has no fucking ass. This game looks great. No dev comment is going to stop me from getting this day one. These are shill comments. I love how they are confident to release more and more gameplay trailers day by day. It's actually pretty solid gameplay. Shill. Look, either these people are Marxists coming in to defend this game, because that does happen. They'll do the work for free. Or these are shills, paid for by the company to defend their game. And you can see the difference here. This came out, let's fast forward that up there, a day ago. Let's see if we can't get the exact hour. No, we cannot. Wait, maybe down here. Okay, so we can't get the exact hour. A day ago. This came out 2 hours ago. Nothing significant has changed with the public perception of Sucker Punch Studios to warrant all this shillery. And then you finally start getting the Rip Charlie Kirk comments. These are shills. These are either Marxist or they're paid shills. And that's really sad. And let me see here. There was a couple that are really obvious. Like, if I remember correctly, I saw a couple here. These two right here, probably shills. Just a letter. Now, I do know that this one here kind of meets the same profile. So it's questionable whether or not this guy here is legitimately an account. Because one of the big things about shill accounts is that they will just have this. They'll just have the letter. No profile pic, just a letter. But, you know, you see that in the other side, too, so... yeah. You have to point it out where you see it. But you can see most of the letter only are just straight up defending this game. They're shilling. Dude, dual katanas are insane. I'm so ready. Who the fuck talks like this? No, dude. These are just boilerplate shill cons, and that's really sad that they had to turn to hiring people to shill for them or have their compatriots who celebrated Charlie Kirk's death come in and defend their game. In either case, it doesn't really help them because these people aren't going to buy the game, and if they do buy the game, let's just assume like some of these are just useful idiots. How many copies do you think these people are going to buy? One? This game was already doomed from the start. The anti-woke didn't like it. The games journalists at Gamescom thought it looked mid. And then the Charlie Kirk controversy came up. And then how do you market your next game? From the studio who celebrated Charlie Kirk's death? Published by the company who literally said nothing about their employees celebrating Charlie Kirk's death and calling for more violence? Frankly, the CEO of Sony needs to be fired. There needs to be a vote of no confidence against that moron. He has failed in every conceivable way to handling this crisis. You know, say what you want about Microsoft, but they got ahead of this and at least denounced it. Now, we'll see if they follow up with action, but they at least announced it. Sony, PlayStation, Sucker Punch, they just quietly fired someone who made them look bad. They didn't denounce it. So as far as we can assume, they believe in what their employees are saying. But let me know what you think about this down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.